happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Hello there and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, brand in focus, and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogalia Bikele Mafuru.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we bring you the latest happenings and occurrences around brands and in the field of marketing, advertising, and communication in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. Former president of the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, N, Mrs. Bumioke, has expressed worry over the objection of the advertising reform by some stakeholders. Speaking in an interview with Marketing Edge, the advertising experts, who blamed the lack of consensus for the new advertising framework on the absence of APCON Governing Council, said the rejection would have been avoided if there was a governing council to deliberate extensively on the guidelines. According to her, a constituted council would have agreed and disagreed, then come up with a better resolution which no one would have the right to reject. The advertising icon, while commending the registrar of the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria for the noteworthy initiative, affirmed that ISOP will bring some sanity to an insane situation, but will require more dialogue for total acceptance. She urged the regulatory agency to engage more with stakeholders, especially advertisers, in order to see the merit in the new advertising guidelines. In collaboration with Ellen Business School and Academy, Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, N, has launched a two-day thought-provoking advertising masterclass for top CEOs and senior executives. Tagged Business Approach to Marketing Communications, the interactive session is scheduled to hold in 2022 at a soon-to-be-disclosed date. Registration can be done on the Academy website, and the training fee is 200,000 naira. Academy is a global education and innovative marketing communications academy formed to provide educational services that would teach deep strategic thinking skills and practical advertising craft that will help practitioners and prospects to become first-class professionals. Leading telecommunication company MTN Nigeria has disclosed that its voice and data revenue grew by 192.01 billion naira in the first 9 months of 2021 to 1.09 trillion naira compared to the corresponding period in 2020. Commenting on the company's growth in the third quarter of 2021, the Chief Executive Officer, Kyle Turiola, said, in the first 9 months of 2021, we continue to enhance the resilience of the business, improve our performance, and make good progress towards our Ambition 2025 strategy. The telecom boss, who said telecom ban in some locations in the nation has slightly affected some of the company's business activities, noted that creating shared value has become a strategic priority within its Ambition 2025 framework and will continue to deepen its support and partnerships in Nigeria. Unilever Nigeria PLC, leading fast-moving consumer goods FMCG company, has disclosed a turnover of 58.7 billion naira in the third quarter of 2021 as against 44.7 billion naira in the corresponding period of 2020. The company made this disclosure in a statement on its unaudited interim report for the period ended September 30th, 2021. According to the statement, the company recorded a gross profit of 15.9 billion naira in the period under review, up 61% from the 9.9 billion naira reported for same period of 2020. Unilever reported a profit after tax of 1.08 billion naira in third quarter 2021, compared with a loss after tax of 2.6 billion naira reported for the corresponding period in 2020. Following a 7-month competitive pitch, which involved some of the world's biggest agencies, including Group M, Dentsu, and Avas Media, Facebook has announced Publicis Group Spark Foundry as its global media buying and planning agency. The $750 million global media account was put up for review in March. The pitch, which included media buying and planning across Facebook's entire portfolio, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Messenger, was managed by ID Combs. According to Facebook, Spark Foundry will hereon handle all its media planning and buying, strategic thought leadership, media innovation, cross-channel approaches, tools, tech, and operations. Well, that was brand news. Next is Branding Focus after this break.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. If the farm say it's sabi, you want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Here today, gone tomorrow. 'Cause you're volatile like the water, and you promise what you don't know. Sometimes it's right and then it's so wrong. Them go do like say them why. We promise you the world. My brother all now worship. Up all on be open eye. I said no be water. Talk to be letter.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Now on Branding Focus. Majority of COVID-19 pandemic restrictions has been lifted across the world, and audiences have returned to outside spaces. After spending months indoors and consuming in-home digital media at a colossal scale, the reopening of hospitality and event venues is bringing back eyeballs to public spaces. So naturally, advertisers and agencies' confidence in out-of-home OOH ad buying will follow, especially digital out-of-home DOH, which has been undergoing an innovative programmatic field transformation while the world was stuck indoors. Advertisers accustomed to the one-on-one targeting possibilities of digital channels are always keen to improve the relevance of creative messaging and engagement with audiences at optimal times of the day or week that reflects the different needs and mindset of a given consumer. Typically, static ads have inherent limits to dynamic personalization, meaning ads can't be easily customized based on consumers' context. Advertisers and agencies are therefore eager for greater agility and customization to maximize the impact of their campaigns. For traditional OOH, industry research and environmental context are the primary elements of ad targeting, giving media buyers an estimation of where outdoor audiences might be on a regular basis. However, in an interconnected ecosystem, advertisers and agencies require a view of how campaigns perform across all channels, which is increasingly challenging for non-digital inventory such as traditional OOH. In response to these expectations, programmatic capabilities for DOOH advertising have emerged to balance the benefits of digital with unmistakable impact of outdoor advertising. Being able to deploy ads at optimal times means they can be aligned with not only peak audience movement, but real-world conditions as well. Programmatic technologies can collate movement and location data sources such as aggregated consented mobile IDs, first-party IDs, and third-party audience to inform ad targeting. To improve quality and accuracy of data available to advertisers fuels a performance boost in programmatic digital out-of-home by utilizing touchpoints throughout each step of the consumer journey. However, when it comes to devising omni-channel digital strategies, PDOOH delivers a distinctive, powerful overall media performance boost through a premium effect that amplifies the impact of search, social, and mobile enabled by the field optimization of budgets between PDOOH and other online programmatic channels. With a clearer picture of audience movement, programmatic allows for greater movement capabilities and quantifies the effectiveness of PDOOH locations. Advertisers therefore gain comprehensive insights into ad exposure, which in turn continuously feed into better planning and buying to drive campaign objectives. By bringing together a number of data sources and providing a better understanding of audiences, PDOOH helps advertisers reach their target segments in the best time and place. Well, that was Branding Focus. Next is Industry Conversation, where we interact with distinguished personalities who have been at the forefront of strategic positioning and promotion of brands. Well, last week we started a conversation with the lead consultant of Astol Integrated Marketing Limited, Mrs. Tolulope Medebem. This week we will be continuing on that conversation after this break.
Mr. Kaku like to kaku. Every day must do kaku. Yeah, if you want me go kaku. If you want me go kaku. Every time he like to reason. Even free things he go by easy. Chloe's there for you in every season. You don't have to over easy.
You don't have to be a Mr. Kaku when it comes to data. Get a Glow MiFi for 12,000 Naira and get up to 60 gigabytes data free.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
So we're talking about experiential marketing. Would you say that it is harder compared to other, aspects of marketing?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. It's something that I've done this since 2000, the year 2000. So that's 21 years. Mm-hmm. It's something personally I enjoy doing, any form, any aspect. I mean, any aspect of experiential marketing. You'll find me down there doing something. So I enjoy it. I will not say it's hard for me, but because I'm wondering, what I'm wondering is what you mean by harder, actually.
Let me say more challenging. Would you describe it as such?
Well, yes, somehow, maybe more challenging, if that's the word. Okay. Challenging in terms of, again, going back to value. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at it within the Marcoms industry, advertising, everybody knows and understands. PR, everybody knows and understands. Media, everybody knows and understands. Then you talk about experiential marketing. And then you have to take a step back. What is experiential marketing? So how, you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
so maybe that makes it a bit more challenging, because then you first of all, it still goes back to that value, because first and foremost, having understood what it is that you are offering to the client, and having let your client also understand the value that you're giving to them, then you don't have to start scrambling or stumbling to understand or to explain what you're offering. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Okay. So yes, if you look at it that way, it could be said to be a bit more challenging than all the others, but hey, we move.
Okay. And what would you say is your company's competitive edge?
So part of it was, like I said, we partner with our clients. It's not a master-servant relationship. It's partnership. We come in believing that, it's not like, this is your money, this is your spend. We go out of our way to ensure that we're not Red Cross, right? But then at the end of the day, it's not all about money. So we go out of our way to ensure our brand life, so to say. The team is young and everybody's passionate about what they do. And they are always ready to offer above and beyond, you understand? And at the end of the day, regardless of whatever it is, I believe that we're professionals. And we try as much as possible to do the best within the space that we're in.
So how is your agency positioned in the marketplace?
So right now, we're a small agency. We're not gonna lie about that. We're a small agency. We're growing. The agency is 3 years old, 2018. We started full operations in 2019. And I believe that we're growing. We're getting there.
So what would you say is your agency's strategic offerings to your clients this year? Although we're gradually, getting to the end of the year.
So this year, strangely, we've pretty much done more of, in terms of just digital, with our clients, because then one of the things that we're finding every day is that most times a lot of clients are coming in from the point of view of, look, I can't start thinking of, and that's where I talked about collaborations earlier. If my client comes to me and says, I want to get this done, I want to get that done, I'm not going to start saying, no, we don't do that, no, we don't do that. Immediately we start to think, so who are the partners that we have that do that? And we have quite a number of partners. So in terms of that, we've tried to position ourselves in such a way that regardless of whatever it is, the opportunity, as long as it's within the marketing communication space, if it's something that we're unable to achieve, of course, whether or not we like it, we have partners that are positioned on various levels to deliver. So for us, our strategic offering essentially is, regardless, we're here to deliver. We create experiences and we deliver. So regardless of what it is, as long as it's marketing communication, we're there.
Well, the marketing and the advertising ecosystem is constantly evolving. What steps are your agency or is your agency taking to prepare for this changes?
I think I'm sure I've answered that different times at this point within this conversation. The last bit really is that, like I said, we position ourselves in such a way that regardless of whatever it is that the client is after within the marketing communications industry, we've positioned ourselves in such a way that we have partners that work as us, and we also have partners that will work as them. You understand? I mentioned collaborations. Right now, survival is such that it's not about, oh, we're Astra Integrated Marketing Limited or whatever. Survival is such that, look, Tolu, I've got this activation that I need to run. Let's do this. You understand? And we run it. I run jobs where Astra's name doesn't come up at all. I do that because I'm collaborating with someone. Okay. And that's it.
Well, our APCON just recently kicked off its advertising industry standard of practice. What would be your thoughts about it?
So that is, I don't know. I'm so excited about it because then we've been talking about marketing, communication industry and all of that. You've been talking about experiential marketing being challenging, and all of this is part of it. X-Man came fully into APCON last year, thanks to our president then, Mr. Tade Adekunle. And it's been something that's been on right from the inception of X-Man. All the past presidents have been working on that, but of course, we know that there was no X-Man committee set up until recently with Dr. Tolulope. And at that, when he came in, X-Man moved in there 100% and everything was done. What has happened now is that X-Man is well positioned as a industry player under APCON. Okay. Right now, I have an APCON registration as X-Man, as Asta Integrated Marketing. And that means that I can practice experiential marketing because I'm covered by APCON. Okay. Subsequently, based on the ISPON that was recent, I think that was the 6th of October,
yes,
all sorts of communiques are going out where we're going to be speaking to all multinationals in terms of the regulations that have come into play. And like I said, I was excited about it because it's a welcome development. That means that a lot of things hopefully would come into play. So we begin to self-regulate. Hopefully, we'll change.
We'll change.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, before you go, I'd like you to talk to us about you.
Me. So what's there to say about me? So, of course, my name is Tolulope Medebem. I'm a mother of 3 lovely girls. I'm married to an Igbo man. So people always ask me, 3 girls, an Igbo man, how? Hey, we have 3 girls. We're very happy and content with them. And my husband would always say, regardless of whatever it is that you do, even if you keep trying, you always have girls. Oh. So we've never tried. My last born is 18, I think. So no trying again. Like I said, I've been in this industry since the year 2000. I love traveling, which we can't do, but I've made up my mind to explore Nigeria as well. So that's traveling as well. And strangely, I've actually been to almost all states of Nigeria. Oh. But now we start to explore Nigeria for tourism purposes.
Okay.
So what else? I'm married to an Igbo man. I have 3 daughters. I'm a mother. So I have 2 NGOs that I'm trying to run. It's not an NGO per se. It's there's Bands with Tea. It's a mental wellness program. It's kind of like a podcast and a blog. And Nurture to Nature. Essentially what that is trying to groom young people. And I use the word young people because that's what we're trying to do, to groom human beings, regardless of whether you are male or female. We have so many challenges. We're talking religion, we're talking male and female, we're talking... If we are all well-adjusted human beings, I'm not sure we'll have all this diversity in culture. I went to a federal government college. So right now, I find it strange because 99.9% of my friends are from all over. When we were in federal government college, then you didn't know if somebody was a Muslim or Christian. You didn't know if somebody was Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. We all were just in school. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. And then now we're having all sorts of ethnic issues and all of that. And you're asking yourself, what's going on?
How did we get here?
Exactly. That's the word. How did we get here?
But strangely, you didn't talk about your broadcast background. When I looked through your profile. Why did you skip that part?
So strangely, that's what my father, he's the late Obafunsho Ajolu. And somehow we all thought I was going to go into some form of broadcasting. I served with Clink Studios years ago, and I worked on multi-choice, Mnet, New Directions, all of that. I need to know and all of that. And my first encounter with experiential marketing actually happened from there. Because in Clink Studios where I served, I had this guy who used to come in. I used to edit for him and all of that. And one of those days, he came at me and said, Tolu, you're going to work with me. And that was how I left. After my service here, I went with him and started working with him. Then I went into AIT. I worked in AIT for X number of years. So 1998 when I got married, okay, so 2 or 3 years in AIT. Then the same guy from Clink that I went to work with after I left NYC now calls me one day and says, Tolu, I need to see your husband. I need to see your husband as how, what's the problem? This is years after, although we keep in touch and also. So he drives down to my house and he sits down and says, doctor, I want Tolu to work for me. And I looked at him like, are you all right? You want Tolu to work for you and you are talking to Dr. Shogbanjo Baisha, you know? And he was like, so, and that was how my career in experiential marketing started in 2000 with Marathon Events. It was an affiliated company with Octagon in South Africa then. And here I am today, 21 years after.
Doing very well for yourself. I must say thank you for having this time out with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you so much. It was
a very interesting one.
I hope it was. And I hope it made sense.
Hope we'll have more opportunities to do.
I look forward to it, actually.
It's insightful. It's exciting. It's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Well, that's much we can take on Marketing Edge on TV. Do well to join us again for another interesting time of the program, same time next week. I'm Ogalia Bikele Maferu. Bye for now.
There is always more to a story than the scribbled line. The part of a story that is not told casts a shadow. It's like the part of an object that is not reached by light. On TVC News, I'm able to explore the many angles there are to a story, talking to stakeholders, asking the difficult questions, and digging for facts. I believe the viewers are able to make a better decision if they're well informed and understand not just a part, but the complete story. TVC News, first with breaking news.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
We cover the big political stories in Nigeria, but people want more than just politics.
Business news, sports, naturally, but you need news to live by also.
Stories about education, health, personal finance, and hey, even lifestyle news.
Newspaper reviews, travel news, and much more.
Nigeria, it's more than just politics. It's life.
Start your day with us every weekday.
TVC News Breakfast. First, fast, balanced, and accurate.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
Genuine business people desirous of success in today's environment ignore the taxman only at their own peril.
Under the oversight of this board, the FIRS will continue its transformation into a premier revenue collecting agency.
For up-to-date and accurate information on your obligations, duties and rights under the various tax laws in Nigeria, watch Tax Matters on TVC News Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m.
With all the health advice out there, it's almost impossible to make sense of all the noise. BBC Life Clinic. aims to sift through the noise, hullabaloo, and clatter, so the experts can be heard. BBC Life Clinic.